Dan, good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Davey.
Hard man to track down.
Yeah, you got me in the end.
I got you in the end. I've been chasing you around a little bit the last week, but you've been very busy here in Ireland. You've been here for quite a while, and you were telling myself in W earlier, this is the 31st yard you've been in.
Yeah, exactly. I like to try and get around as many as I can before it obviously starts on Saturday, so I think this is my 31st and hopefully 2 or 3 more before the action starts tomorrow.
And you're hanging around for the weekend. You're heading up to Belfast this evening, so you'll be in Toonbridge tomorrow, and then back down to near Mullingar for Castletowngagan.
Exactly, yeah. I like to try and get to the first couple just to get my face out there. Obviously, a young lad getting going. It's good to be seen to be there, putting the work in. So I think this weekend, out of all the 4-year-old maidens, I've seen 80% of the horses already. So it's great to obviously get as many seen as I can. And fingers crossed, the action looks like being decent enough now. We've got some rain over here, so yeah, plenty to look forward to.
It's nice to get a feel for those horses and see them up close in the yards before, like, whatever runs this weekend. A lot of them are going to run over the next 2-3 weekends.
Exactly, yeah. Obviously, when you're in England, you can't be over here every single weekend or every Monday. So I've got notes on as many horses as I can, and then obviously as soon as the results are in, I've seen the horse already and can try and get clients onto them. And yeah, I find it a good way of doing it. So fingers crossed it's worked over the last couple of years and can continue to do so.
Wind it back then to the start. Tell people your story and your journey of how you've become to become in such a short period very successful at what you're doing.
So it's probably not the usual story. So when I was 13, 14, Ollie Greenall started point-to-point training in Malpas near Cheshire. My old man had a share in the pub horse, and I kind of loved going racing anyway, so I used to go pointing quite a bit. And then my old man did his marketing for him as well, so they used to do his website, so they used to let me go down on the weekends, used to help out mucking out, and then they taught me to ride when I was 16 and kind of went from there. So yeah, no, it's been a good journey. So
and from that point then, from riding out there, then you start to buy a few horses then?
Yeah, so yeah, I was just, when I left school, I was a stable lad from kind of 17, 18, kind of worked the way to kind of be assistant. Obviously Josh Guerrero then came to the yard, we got the licence out, I was kind of assistant to them to start off with. I used to love going to the sales with them, just used to follow around. They obviously used to use High Flyer in the early days, so I used to just follow around with them. And then eventually they let me start buying horses when I was assistant there, so I used to buy them all. But obviously when I was working full time, it was hard to pick up other clients, and kind of, I guess it would be now probably 3 years ago, I had a chat with the lads and said, would you mind if I have a go at doing it on my own? And they were all for it. 3 of us are like basically best mates. They couldn't have been any better to me the whole time, and they promised that there'd always be a job there. For some reason it didn't work out, and I had nothing to lose at the time. I obviously didn't have any family or anything, so I thought I had nothing to lose. If I went back to being an assistant then I could do that, and fingers crossed it seems to have gone all right so far. I know.
You say you had nothing to lose by giving that go, but still takes balls to walk away from something you're doing every day to take on what is a very big challenge.
Yeah, it did, but at the same time, like I was saying, if I didn't have the lads kind of backing me, I knew I'd be buying all their horses for a start, and I knew I could kind of step back to them, so I'm so grateful for them for letting me able to do that. And I'm quite proud to say when I started at Ollie's, he had 5 pointers, and now we've got 80 horses in full training, 100 horses on the place, and they've never used any other agent since I kind of started buying them. So I take a lot of pride out of that as well.
There's been plenty of good ones in that period in the yard as well.
Yeah. No, a lot of good horses. I mean, had a lot of winners. The boys do a great job. They've kind of grown all the time. Kind of, this is the best string of horses. It's been trying to improve the quality the whole time, which they have done. We've been quite lucky that Ollie's dad buys 12 to 15 foals a year from France, and they kind of have chance to potentially come into the system. And yeah, obviously Arocco and Jaguar, JP McManus, obviously it was amazing that he sent the horse to the lads after he bought it, and obviously they've done such a good job, and now it's shown they can do it with a good horse. We're starting to get better orders, outside orders as well. And fingers crossed they've got a great string for this season as well. So
amazing what a Cheltenham winner can do, isn't
it? Exactly, yeah. No, exactly. No, on the biggest stage, it's done the world good, and we deserve to get good horses now.
And leaving the lads aside, so you have that behind you starting off.
Yeah.
When you jumped into the deep end, I suppose you could call it, by yourself, how do you find new clients, new owners, and how do you try and persuade other trainers to let you do the job of buying for them?
Well, it probably took a bit of persuading at first, because the obvious question is, why aren't you buying it for the lads? But they know themselves, they'll admit they don't come first in when I'm buying a horse at all. Everyone has as much chance of having the horse I buy. I was very lucky. I was good friends with Tom David, who's obviously assistant to Ben Pauling, and they gave me a chance to buy a few horses privately for them. They worked out very well, and they give me plenty of orders privately, which works well. And yeah, like I think probably in the last year I've bought for nearly 20 trainers now, so I'm starting to build up quite a big client basis. Some of them trainers obviously won't use me for all the business, but I'm happy with that. It works well, and fingers crossed. Yeah, no, I'm getting plenty of horses bought and plenty of winners, so no, it's good.
And it's not just trainers and jockeys and maybe owners that talk about numbers of winners in a year. Last season, you had 105 winners of horses that you bought, so yeah, that's a fair tally, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that was my aim, to get 100 winners, so I was pleased to get there. And hopefully I'm on. I think I kind of obviously work out from the start of the English jump season, 1st of May. I think I'm on 40 now, and the aim is to hopefully get 150 this year. And I have a bit of a joke that the aim in a few years I'd love to get 365, so winner every day. But I'm a long way off that, but something to aim for anyway.
You're definitely going in the right direction anyway.
Yeah, no. Touch wood, everything's going as planned at the minute.
I've got to know you obviously in the last couple of years, point to points, being in the lads' yards, and obviously over at the Tattersalls Cheltenham sales. And last year you were very busy at all those Tattersalls Cheltenham sales, and you bought a lot of horses through the ring. Yeah,
I love going to Tattersalls. Just obviously, there's no better place to take an owner than going to Cheltenham. They've got a great team there, Shirley, all the team. They're very good at getting everyone down and getting owners down and make it feel a great experience for them. And then obviously it helps us trying to get owners to buy the horses as well.
And these trips that you take to Ireland, like Tom Malone and the other agents, Jerry McGrath and those lads that come here, not only is it important to see the horses, but it's obviously very important to build up a good relationship with the handlers.
Exactly. No, that is the biggest thing I've found. It's anyone can tell you to buy a horse off them, but when they tell you that horse is probably not for you, or there's a reason not to buy it, and that does happen. And over the last few years, I mean, the Pointing boys are absolutely amazing. Like I say, I would have been into nearly 35 yards by the end of this, and they're also welcoming. They want to help you out. I think they like seeing a young lad. I like getting out there and like having a go, and fingers crossed they couldn't be any more welcoming. And it's going good at the minute.
You like having a go, and a word I'd use to describe you is you're ballsy.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably fair. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good thing. I mean, I want to be buying horses, I want to be buying winners, and if I believe in the horse and believe I'm buying it at the right price, I think at Doncaster last year I bought 28 horses, I think 3 or 4 of them were bought on spec, and I knew I'd have them horses sold, and within 24 hours them horses were sold. But yeah, I will have a go, but I'll only have a go on the horses I know that I'm buying at the right price, I'm buying the right horse, and I'm confident that I'll be able to have sold very quickly.
It's important for you to value them at what you believe their value is.
Definitely. I mean, we all know owners can get slightly carried away if they're there buying the horse themselves, but I always try and put a value on a horse when it goes in the ring. And yes, we might get 1 or 2 bids more, but I'd like to think we never overpay on any horse, because there's plenty of horse out there and you've got to value them and hopefully buy them at value. Yeah.
You're mixing in the flat now as well, which is great to obviously be mixing in both codes. Do you find the flat a lot tougher?
It's very different. I mean, the people you're dealing with are a lot different. I'm very lucky. I bought a few yearlings. It actually probably started 2 or 3 years ago now. I bought a couple of yearlings. Me and Paddy Turley bought a very nice Calix together, and the initial plan was for him to go 3-year-old hurdling. Anyway, Paddy obviously does an amazing job. We got him going. Said he was a very nice horse and we should put him in training at 2. We put him in training, he won a Nace Maiden, beating Coolmore and all that, and then he got sold to Hong Kong, so that was amazing. That kind of whet the appetite a little bit.
And the horse that was placed behind them in the race was second in the Derby.
Exactly, yeah, the forms worked out ridiculously well. I think 3 or 4 horses out the race ran at Royal Ascot this year. The third horse finished second in the Irish Derby. It's a shame he actually got injured in Hong Kong, but hopefully he'll come back out, because I'd say he was a fairly special horse, yeah.
And then obviously with the flat buying those horses, it's different with money as well. The amounts are usually
Definitely, yeah. But I am lucky. I've been a couple of very good flat trainers have given me responsibility of buying the yearlings. James Owen has someone buying all the horse and training for him, but he seems to be letting me buy most of his yearlings. He's obviously a very good trainer. We bought a filly together last year, Wet Sand. She was 18,000 in but 3 at Tattersalls, and she won 2. She's won 2 novices. She was second in a 100 grand race a few weeks ago, and she actually runs in a 150 grand race tomorrow. So, yeah, she's been good. I think I've had 8 2-year-old runners, separate horses run this time. 5 of them have won, 3 of them multiple winners. Horse of Adrian Keatley won a listed race Ayr a few weeks ago. So yeah, look, it's obviously jumping's my background, but I'm enjoying getting it more into the flat. And like I say, the key. You can be buying the right horses, but they need to be going to good trainers, and I'm very lucky. I've got a couple of...
You're dealing with the right people.
Dealing with the right people, and it means winners, and then it looks good on me and looks good for everyone. So no, fingers crossed. Like I say, that Adrian Keatley's let me buy most of his yearlings for him. We bought a listed 2-year-old winner together this year, actually from the Breeze Ups, but he's an unbelievably good dual-purpose trainer. I actually met him, we were buying some dual-purpose horses. I think we bought first 4 horses we bought together all won at least 2 races, so it started off very well. Surrey Bell hopefully goes to Cesarewitch next weekend. Hopefully this rain keeps coming and she should have a right chance. So yeah,
he's a great trainer, Adrian, isn't he?
No, there's not many people who can do it over both codes like he can, and
of course, a classic winning trainer.
Exactly. To do it with a horse that costs 10 grand as a horse in training, so better effort. Yeah.
And he's expanding his yard, as he was telling me a few weeks ago. He's after building a new barn and everything as well, so that's good.
He's got a lot of good things going on. We've bought some very nice yearlings the last few weeks. I think we've probably bought nearly 10 yearlings together. Some good owners backing him, and hopefully the winners will keep coming for him. And yeah, like I said, I'm very lucky to be. I'm dealing with some great trainers, and I feel very lucky to be buying for him. So no.
Before we finish up, one horse. If I can ask you for one horse that you maybe bought last season that you're looking forward to most for this season.
So a couple. So Meet Me by the Sea is a horse that Ben Paulins that I bought a couple of years ago that Ben actually got sold to Mr McManus and was third in the EBF, and I can't wait to see him over fences. And then new horses I bought, I mean it's a hard question because I bought a lot of nice pointers last year. A couple probably under the radar. Prince in the Park I bought for Christian Williams, bought him off Dennis Murphy. You might look at his form and think he fell first time at Lingstown and finished third. But I'd say he could be a very good horse down and trip. Jack Hendrick actually recommended very highly to me and said he could be a very good 2-mile chaser in time. That's another thing I like doing, not only build a relationship with trainers but a few of the jockeys, because they like put me right and they're the ones on the... So yeah, I'm very lucky a few of the lads put me right and try and steer me in the right direction. Half the World Away, Ol and Josh have got, that we bought from the Punchdown sale. She finished second at Curramore, I think it was, behind one of Dennis Murphy's Dr. Dino filly, which I think Rob Cole already owned. The sectionals that filly did, she's a daughter of Jetaway, and the sectionals she did mid-race were unbelievable, and she kept going very well. That's something I was like all about.
Times.
Yeah, I'm into try and build these relationships up, but the proof's got to be there. Like I'm a big form geek. I like doing sectionals, I like doing times, yeah. So the figures she did mid-race were, and to actually keep going in the soft ground, I'd be surprised if she was a black type filly in England anyway.
Well, there are a couple for the notebook then.
Hopefully, yeah.
And hopefully you'll no doubt you will go well past that mark of last season of 105 winners.
Fingers crossed, Davey.
Dan, good to see you.
Top man, thanks
look forward to seeing you over the weekend at the Point to Points. Hopefully the rain doesn't pour down tomorrow in Toonbridge.
Exactly, at least it's going to be nice ground for the horses anyway.
Absolutely, most important part.
Top man.